Alcohols, usually ethanol or isopropanol, are wiped over benches and skin and allowed to evaporate for quick disinfection. They have wide microbicidal activity, are non-corrosive, but can be a fire hazard. They also have limited residual activity due to evaporation, which results in brief contact times, and have limited activity in the presence of organic material. Alcohols are more effective combined with purified water. 70% isopropyl alcohol or 62% ethyl alcohol is more effective than 95% alcohol. Alcohol is not effective against fungal or bacterial spores. Aldehydes, such as glutaraldehyde, have a wide microbicidal activity and are sporicidal and fungicidal. They are partly inactivated by organic matter and have slight residual activity. Halogens, chloramine is used in drinking water treatment instead of chlorine because it produces fewer disinfection byproducts. Chlorine is used to disinfect swimming pools and is added in small quantities to drinking water to reduce waterborne diseases. Hypochlorites, sodium hypochlorite, often in the form of common household bleach, are used in the home to disinfect drains and toilets. Other hypochlorites such as calcium hypochlorite are also used, especially as a swimming pool additive. Hypochlorites yield an aqueous solution of hypochlorous acid that is the true disinfectant. Hypobromite solutions are also sometimes used. Iodine is usually dissolved in an organic solvent or as Lugol's iodine solution. It is used in the poultry industry. It is added to the birds' drinking water. Although no longer recommended because it increases scar tissue formation and increases healing time, the tincture of iodine has also been used as an antiseptic for skin cuts and scrapes. Chloramine T is antibacterial even after the chlorine has been spent. Oxidizing agents act by oxidizing the cell membrane of microorganisms, which results in a loss of structure and leads to cell lysis and death. Chlorine dioxide is used as an advanced disinfectant for drinking water to reduce waterborne diseases. In certain parts of the world, it has largely replaced chlorine because it forms fewer byproducts. Sodium chloride, sodium chlorate, and potassium chlorate are used as precursors for generating chlorine dioxide. Hydrogen peroxide is used in hospitals to disinfect surfaces. It is sometimes mixed with colloidal silver. It is often preferred because it causes far fewer allergic reactions than alternative disinfectants. Also used in the food packaging industry to disinfect foil containers. A 3% solution is also used as an antiseptic. When hydrogen peroxide comes into contact with the catalase enzyme in cells, it is broken down into the water and hydroxyl-free radical. It is the damage caused by the oxygen-free radical that kills bacteria. However, recent studies have shown hydrogen peroxide to be toxic to growing cells as well as bacteria. Its use as an antiseptic is no longer recommended. Ozone is a gas that can be added to water for sanitation. Acidic electrolyzed water is a strong oxidizing solution made from the electrolysis of ordinary tap water in the presence of a specific amount of salt, generally sodium chloride. Onolite has a typical pH range of 3.5 to 8.5 and an oxidation reduction potential (ORP) of +600 to +1200 MV. The most powerful onolite disinfecting solution is that produced at a controlled 5.0 to 6.3 picohenries where the predominant oxychloride species is hypochlorous acid. This environmentally responsible disinfectant is highly efficacious against bacteria, fungus, mold, spores, and other microorganisms, in very short contact times. It may be applied as liquid, fog, or ice. Peracetic acid is a disinfectant produced by reacting hydrogen peroxide with acetic acid. It is broadly effective against microorganisms and is not deactivated by catalase and peroxidase, the enzymes which break down hydrogen peroxide. It also breaks down to food-safe and environmentally friendly residues, acetic acid and hydrogen peroxide, and therefore can be used in non-rinse applications. It can be used over a wide temperature range 0 to 40 degrees Celsius, a wide pH range 3.0 to 7.5, in clean-in-place (CIP) processes, in hard water conditions, and is not affected by protein residues. Potassium permanganate is a red crystalline powder that colors everything it touches and is used to disinfect aquariums. It is also used widely in community swimming pools to disinfect one's feet before entering the pool. Typically, a large shallow basin of potassium permanganate water solution is kept near the pool ladder. Participants are required to step in the basin and then go into the pool. Additionally, it is widely used to disinfect community water ponds and wells in tropical countries, as well as to disinfect the mouth before pulling out teeth. It can be applied to wounds in a dilute solution. Potassium permanganate is a very useful disinfectant. Potassium peroxymonosulfate, the principal ingredient in Virkon, is a wide-spectrum disinfectant used in labs. Virkon kills bacteria, viruses, and fungi. It is used as a 1% solution in water and keeps for 1 week once it is made up. It is expensive but very effective. Its pink color fades as it is used up, so it is possible to see at a glance if it is still fresh. Phenolics are active ingredients in some household disinfectants. They are also found in some mouthwashes and in disinfectant soap and hand washes. Phenol is probably the oldest known disinfectant, as it was first used by Lister when it was called carbolic acid. It is rather corrosive to the skin and sometimes toxic to sensitive people. O-phenylphenol is often used instead of phenol since it is somewhat less corrosive. Chloroxylenol is the principal ingredient in Dettol, a household disinfectant and antiseptic. Hexachlorophene is a phenolic that was once used as a germicidal additive to some household products but was banned due to suspected harmful effects. Thymol, derived from the herb thyme, is the active ingredient in the only 100% botanical disinfectant with an EPA registration number 74771-1, Beneffect. Registered as broad spectrum, or hospital grade, it is also the only disinfectant with green certification, environmental choice. Quaternary ammonium compounds, QUATs, such as benzalkonium chloride, are a large group of related compounds. Some have been used as low-level disinfectants. They are effective against bacteria but not against some species of Pseudomonas bacteria or bacterial spores. QUATs are biocides that also kill algae and are used as an additive in large-scale industrial water systems to minimize undesired biological growth. Quaternary ammonium compounds can also be effective disinfectants against enveloped viruses. The biguanide polymer is specifically bactericidal at very low concentrations, 10 mg, L. It has a unique method of action. The polymer strands are incorporated into the bacterial cell wall, which disrupts the membrane and reduces its permeability, which has a lethal effect on bacteria. It is also known to bind to bacterial DNA, alter its transcription, and cause lethal DNA damage. It has very low toxicity to higher organisms such as human cells, which have more complex and protective membranes. High-intensity shortwave ultraviolet light can be used for disinfecting smooth surfaces such as dental tools, but not porous materials that are opaque to the light such as wood or foam. Ultraviolet light fixtures are often present in microbiology labs, and are activated only when there are no occupants in a room, e.g., at night.